Hello, Tamers. I'm Jack, also known as Jack Attacks. How's everyone doing today? I have some exciting news. I will be bringing you more Digimon content in the near future. Content you can look forward to is a series called Tamer Level Up, where we break down critical turns in Digimon matchups and analyze what the player did, as well as how their opponent could have played their previous turn to mitigate the impact of their opponent's best play lines available. I'll be doing more in-depth deck techs, where we break down in-depth synergies, deck building choices, and the engine of the deck. Make sure to check out the first place Purple MetalGarurumon deck tech I already have out. Link will be in the description below. I'll be doing more box openings beginning on July 26th at 2 p.m. GMT -5, where I'll be opening a box of Release Special Booster version 1.0. Will we get lucky and open the Alt Art Omnimon? Make sure to tune in to find out. We'll also be making unique one-off videos where we cover unique Digimon content, such as the tournament etiquette video I already have out on the channel. Link for that will be in the description below as well. Now, the news everyone is here for. I will be giving away a sealed starter deck of Gaia Red. All you have to do is like this video, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below telling me what your favorite starter deck is. Mine is Giga Green because Hercules Kabuterimon is insanely good. Make sure to follow me on Twitter so I can DM you if you win. Link will be in the description below. You must live in the continental United States. Sorry to everyone outside of the US. I will make an announcement video where we select the winner on August 14th, so stay tuned in to see if you win. Make sure to tell your friends so they have a chance to win as well. Let's get to the video. Today we are going to talk about how to play from behind and catch back up. The key is to never give up. We are going to look at a turn from one of my games and analyze it in depth. Never giving up and thinking through potential playlines is a great skill to have, as it will allow you to increase your win percentage overall. The game we'll be discussing is Wargreymon / Shine Greymon versus OTK Green. We are piloting the Greymon deck. On July 10th of the Evo Cup, my round 4 opponent put me in a tough spot during Game 3. I'm 2-1 at this point in the tournament, and know if I lose another match, I have no hope of making top 8. He had played Nidhoggmon using Hidden Potential Discovery and tapping Goblinmon and Digibursting 4 to clear my board, and putting me down to 3 security by attacking with 2 Digimon. Some people would count themselves out and just accept a loss. I, however, chose to do something different, and that was to fight back. Let's take a look at the game state. My opponent ends his turn with 5 security. Goblinmon tapped, Palmon tapped, and a Digitama under it. Nidhoggmon tapped, and no Digitama in the breeding area. He then plays a Terriermon untapped, ending his turn putting me at 2 memory. I have a red Rise Greymon in the breeding area with Koromon, Susukamon, and Terriermon under him. I also have 1 yellow Kari Tamer in play, which I hit off the second security check from when he attacked during his turn. I have 3 security and I'm in a tight spot. Many people may just throw in the towel. My turn begins and I immediately put my thinking cap on. I go to 3 memory from my Kari Tamer since I'm at 3 security and raise Red Rise Greymon. I Digibirth both level 3 and 4 Digimon, putting a 4 cost TK in play, allowing me to look at my security and put a card, which was Yellow Rise Greymon, in my hand and recover 1 card to my security stack, leaving me at 3 security. The reason I start my turn this way is I know I have to raise my Rise Greymon to stand a chance. I need to attack a tapped Digimon to whittle his board down. I also have a TK in hand, which gives me more information and card selection, as I will potentially need this to help me get back in this game. When we Digiburst, we have options as well. What 2 Digimon do we Digiburst? It seems like it's pretty straightforward, but making the wrong decision here could be a crucial mistake. We Digiburst to level 3 and level 4 due to the Digitama's inheritable, allowing us to do -1k to a Digimon when at or below 3 security. Now we need to assess the threats and the priority of how to deal with them. By analyzing the board state, we know he has 4 potential attackers next turn and we are at 3 securities. So to make it through his next turn, we need to at least delete 1 Digimon and prevent the possibility of him Digivolving into Grand Coagamon and performing multiple security checks. So I decide to Digivolve into Wargreymon and draw a card. Some may state you are lucky to have Wargreymon in this spot, but I could have made a similar play with a Shine Greymon that allowed me to delete all of my opponent's Digimon as well. Bonus points if someone in the comments below can tell me how. So first things first, what is the biggest threat? Well, obviously the Nidhoggmon, since he would be more difficult for me to deal with once he untaps. So thinking through it, we can attack Nidhoggmon and activate Wargreymon, giving Nidhoggmon -6k, allowing us to delete Nidhoggmon. We still have 2 triggers, -2k from when attacking Rise Greymon effect and -1k when attacking once per turn from Koromon. It's an easy decision to delete the Palmon with a -2k trigger due to it being the only card with a Digivolution card under it, and the Rise trigger deletes it on its own, which narrows down the possibility of Grand Coagamon plays being likely. Side note, Green OTK and Green Control both like to Digiburst, so destroying anything with Digivolution can be extremely helpful in this matchup. What do we do with the minus 1k trigger? There is still Goblimon and Terramon in play. We also have a Wargreymon that is ready due to his ability. This allows me to easily determine we can delete the Goblimon by attacking it. So where else but to target the Terramon for minus 1k, dropping it to 1k DP. So we figured out how to delete 3 of the 4 Digimon this turn, which will keep us alive. But wait, there's more. When I attack, I get to trigger Rise Greymon effect again, allowing me to delete his Terramon and wiping his board. So in this turn, I deleted all 4 Digimon he had in play, and my turn hasn't even ended yet. I still can make a play since I have 0 memory. I ended turn by playing Tsukamon, putting my opponent to 2 memory. By accurately assessing the board state and what I had available, I formulated a plan to put me not only back in the game, but ahead. Staying calm, keeping your emotions in check, and not giving up made it possible to win this game, taking the match 2-1 and proceeding to a record of 3-1. Sadly, we lost our next round and decided to drop since my local game store was having a grand opening and I really wanted to support my LGS. Before we go, let's take a look at my opponent's turn before mine and what he could have done better. So after digivolving Nidhoggmon, he began to attack with 2 creatures, checking to security. Both creatures lived, and he played a Terriermon. Overall, I think this is a reasonable play and one most players would make. Let's break this down even farther. If my opponent would have carefully assessed his turn correctly and how I could potentially come back in the game, he would have realized it would either be Wargreymon or Shinegreymon. When ahead in a game, you want to do everything possible to make sure your opponent doesn't have a window to come back into the game. While I have a level 5 in the breeding area, you have to be aware of the potential for a level 6 coming into play and having a huge impact on the game. To avoid this, he should consider how to mitigate the obvious play his opponent has. Options I see as a valid possibility. When considering what card to play, ensure the opponent will not be at 3 memory, if possible. Because Wargreymon costs 3 and Shine costs 4, with Kari in play and me being at 3 security, this means he needs to digivolve into a Digimon that costs 1 memory. The other option available to him was not to swing at all, especially with Nidhoggmon. This would prevent me from swinging with Greymon twice unless I'm okay with him dying in return, allowing 2 Digimon possibly to live through his turn. As we covered, swinging too early is what allowed me to catch up, since hitting Kari on the second security check made it where he needed to put me at 1 memory to choke me. Spending the time needed to analyze his turn and thinking through possible outcomes, he could have avoided this. This is what makes the difference between the best players and good players. If my opponent would have done any of the listed examples, he would have been in a much better spot. We do not know how the game would turn out from these positions, but we can assume it would have been much more difficult for me to win. I did hit Kari off the second security attack, making it more difficult for him, but security is something you need to consider as well. If I was in his position, I simply would have played Terriermon and passed, as this line punishes my Wargreymon play to the maximum. If I want to go into Wargreymon, I have to pass the turn. What if I had a Blinding Light? I go to 4 security, play Wargreymon, attack, deleting the Palmon and Goblimon, going to 3 security and restanding Wargreymon, still leaving Nidhoggmon and Terriermon in play. A little secret, I was not playing Blinding Light in my list. All would have been lines worth considering and had different potential outcomes, but instead my opponent played into the cards on board and the obvious card I wanted to digivolve into. If he would have used these key takeaways, he could have likely came out the victor. Keep calm. Think through your turn, don't give up, and when you have the lead, evaluate how to maintain the lead and not allow your opponent to come back into the game. If you enjoy this type of content, be sure to let me know and I will do more videos like this in the future. Tamers, thank you for your time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And let me know if you agree or disagree. I would love to hear from you in the comments. With that being said, I'm done here and I gotta go. Bye!